Sawadee Ka! It's Kaipachi with the weekly Pele Report. Merry Christmas from the Sticky Waterfalls. These are the Sticky Waterfalls, and today we've got Venus square Neptune. They're sticky because you can walk up them, and this is a very popular place. Many people, they wind through the woods. Moon in Aquarius today, going into Pisces. Perfect for some waterfalls through the jungle. Yeah, baby. Oh my God, let's see what's going on up here. So anyway, what do we got? Oh yeah, Moon goes through Pisces, and for Christmas, sextiles the Sun and Mars. So that's nice. And then she goes into Aries on Saturday, and we have the first quarter square moon at 6 degrees 17 minutes of Aries. And then she's going to be moving on through Aries into Taurus by Monday, and that takes care of that. But what else do I want to talk about? Well, Venus squares Neptune today. And on Monday, Mercury squares Saturn. So we're still having this whole thing. What I really want to talk about, it's pretty loud here, but the whole Sun, Venus, Mars going through Capricorn. Let me just get these falls for you, right? And Mercury's still in Sagittarius. So that's mostly what I want to talk about today. As well as Neptune at the last and final degree of Pisces, the entire zodiac. So let me find a place somewhere here in the jungle where I can look at the camera and talk to you about all that's going on. I mean, these waterfalls, they go on a long way. It's like, yeah, people climb them. There's ropes all over them. And it's got to be a couple hundred meters or something, where it's kind of a limestone water that just washes everything away. So it's really very beautiful. And as you can see, I am not alone. Yeah. Woo! All right, everybody. Life is a series of compromises. That's what I'm getting. How about you? Oh my goodness. We've got the Christmas holidays. I mean, what an intense time of year. And today, I have to say, I am on the side of the road. I ran out of time. Went up to the Sticky Waterfalls, and it was crowded full of people, and I couldn't do the Pele Report there, so then I'm riding back along this beautiful lake, but there's a road. I am on the road, so there may be cars and bikes and everything driving by. I'm going to try to concentrate. Oh my goodness. And I do have to say, I got to put a plug in for January 4th, because I'm going to have 3 good hours to go fully into, okay, this astrology of 2026, what it implies, what's going on now, what we're letting go of, what's coming. So, you know, yeah, if you can join me, that would be wonderful, because there's so much to talk about today. A big thing I want to talk about is Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces, the last degree of the zodiac. This is a super intense period of time. Let me give you the dates on that, because it first came up going direct, okay? That was last March 3rd to 30th. Think back of where you were. March 3rd to 30th, Neptune came over and it went into Aries. kind of started started something there, new visions, new ideas, new plans, new possibilities, new dreams. And then it said, oh, I need to go back and I need to finish erasing the chalkboard, dissolving the past, releasing, letting go. It came back again from October 23rd to December 10th, retrograding back over this 29th degree. Okay? And that retrograde was a time of adjustment of what is illusion and fantasy and imagination versus like what is really a vision that's possible for me and my life and my future. And I need to rearrange the furniture of my life. I need to rearrange, my situation in order to like really accomplish and manifest the dream. And now the third pass is the culmination. It's like, okay, do or die. You either did your homework and you let go of illusions and you're in reality and you're ready to charge, okay, or you're not. And things can still be dissolving, falling away, the release, the loss, the letting go. And that is from December 10th until January 27th. We're talking, 6 weeks, right? This is a very long period of time. Neptune is moving very, very slowly because it's stationed. It was retrograde and it's stationed and came back again. So it's been sitting right at this last final degree of the close of a whole cycle that began before you were born. So this is a big chunk. It's a big bite. And at the same time, Saturn is coming around, right? And Saturn has been going back and forth over this 29th degree. Last May, then again in September, and finally Saturn's going to come around and like finish up. Boom, 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 whatever Neptune. Saturn's going to be the final test. The guardian of the threshold coming around from February 5th to the 15th. Saturn will be at this final last degree. And by then, folks, show's over. Curtain goes down on the past. Curtain goes down and it's okay, and it's time to start a new birth, start a new life, start a new identity, start a new project, a new business, a new relationship, the new is coming. Okay, but in the meantime, we have a lot of other things going on, like I want to talk about. We have Venus, okay, moving into Capricorn today, like as I'm speaking. Venus is moving into Capricorn to join the Sun and Mars. And the Sun, Mars, and Venus are going to be marching through Capricorn all for a month. For a month. They are all there, really. I mean, it goes on. They're exactly conjunct, all three of them, at 16, 17, and 18 degrees, January 6 to 9. And then they finally, I'd say it finishes when they go into Aquarius January 23rd. So we're looking at this whole month of Capricorn. So I wanted to be talking about this Capricorn energy, and fortunately I have next week and the next week and the next week to talk more about it. But it is a very serious, sober time of making decisions, of dealing with consequences of past decisions. And Capricorn is about karma. The Lord of Karma, Saturn, is the ruler, okay, of Capricorn. What goes around comes around. Okay, and like what we put out comes back to us. What we don't put out comes back, and we are pushed along the evolutionary path. And if there's been resistance or fears or attachments to this, that, or the other thing that's been holding us back, this is really a time where things can be removed from our lives. And it's really a very powerful period because Well, number one, I'm going to say that Jupiter is moving through Cancer. And this is also going to create, okay, an opposition between Sun, Mars, and Venus opposing Jupiter. Okay, I mean, it's going to be very, very powerful. And what's going on? Capricorn Cancer is the security axis. It's our DNA. It has to do with genetics. It has to do with mom and dad. It has to do with family and our childhood. That as a soul we chose this lifetime, and we have to really delve deeply into the moon rules the past. The moon rules Cancer. And the moon is coming up to this square. And this is a time of really dealing with our insecurities, our fears around what? Well, number one is Cancer. Cancer is safety. Just feeling held, nurtured, protected, safe, warm, cozy, maybe in front of a nice fire for Christmas if it's cold outside, but think of blankets and slippies and onesies and, are we feeling, are we really feeling safe and held and emotionally connected, supported with, unconditional love if that's possible. But, is our family supporting us? Are our loved ones there? Do we have a little kitty cat or a little dog or something that is just, gives us that feeling that everything's going to be okay? Little, Kaipachi or little Sally or little Johnny. Everything's going to be okay. This is a basic human need for a home, for some roots, for a sense of safety. The opposite polarity of that now is Capricorn. And Mars, Sun, Venus, society, the world impressing itself upon us like trucks and cars and motorcycles. And we've got to stand up and we've got to be tough and we've got to be an authority and we've got to be the boss and we've got to make decisions. And these decisions, have serious consequences for ourselves and our future and our loved ones. And, are we going to do the right thing? Are we going to stop traffic? Oh, man. Yeah, so, this Capricorn is also the adult in us. Cancer is our inner child. Capricorn is our inner adult. One is very subjective, emotional, and personal. The other is very objective, business oriented, and what just has to be done, duty and responsibility. And this axis is what's getting triggered right now. And I have to read to you, this is very powerful. I guess that's one of my favorite words. I don't know if you've caught that or not. This is powerful and that's powerful and the other thing is powerful. Life is powerful. The 7th degree of Aries, okay, which is where the moon comes into Aries and squares the sun in Capricorn. A man succeeds in expressing himself simultaneously in 2 realms. I mean, it sounds a lot like Gemini to me. The first realization of the new dual nature of man and the possibilities it implies. The primordial one-sidedness of emotional and cultural manifestation actually calls for the compensatory ability to operate at 2 levels. Thus, the primary dualism of sky and earth, of the divine and the human, of spirit and matter. The vision and the emotions are focused within sharply defined boundaries. But within these boundaries, they express themselves at two levels. This is the foundation of religion as well as magic. A situation which has become characterized by this symbol can be successfully faced if its spiritual and material implications are understood and actualized. In this series of symbols, we see at work our capacity for living two separate lives and finding fulfillment and happiness in both. On this capacity are founded many of the complexities of human nature. And it's interesting that Capricorn itself is a dual sign. The constellation of the sea goat is half dolphin and half goat. And the symbol is swimming up out of the sea to climb to the top of the mountain, right? So, this is its dual nature also. Even within the own sign of Capricorn, we have water and earth. And this dual nature we have within us. We each have an inner child that really needs nurturing, and we each have, an elder within us that is like, really, our powerful authority and the role that we play in the world. I mean, what I'm sensing with this particular week and with this particular mantra, and with the energies that are happening right now, as we move through this Neptune in its last degree of like taking things away from us, we can feel abandoned, we can feel loss, we can feel alone in the world and not safe and not protected, and estranged from our family, or we can also move into this Capricorn place, and that Capricorn has to do with what? To me, it's the persona. I don't want to call it a mask, but it is a persona. And it is like, okay, we all are role playing. We're role playing. And so many of us, we're trying to be a good son, a good daughter, a good father, a good mother, a good employee, a good boss, a spiritual person, but a person that has money and can survive. I mean, we're all trying. There are all these different, we have work in the world, and we're all just really trying to get by, trying to succeed, trying to do our best. Mars in Capricorn is exalted, and it is a sign of ambition. So there is this desire to conquer, to like really do something big and powerful in the world with our lives, to leave a mark, and to not just be at home under the covers hoping and waiting for, everything to be taken care of for us. So there is this dual reality, this dual aspect. And then like Dane says also, with the Sabian symbol, it's spirit and matter. On another level, this can be that we have an ego, and that ego's job is to get this body to survive through life so that I can evolve. And in order to do that, I have to make decisions and choices. I have to have boundaries. I have to have limits. I have to know when to say no and when to say yes. So we live in this ego decision business person that has to make judgment calls that this is good, this is moral, this is unethical, this is positive, this is, going to like help me grow and help my community and my family. So we have this ego, but then we have spirit, right? And we have meditation. And we have the crown chakra. And I'm really looking here with today's mantra as the crown chakra as the door. And that when we go into stillness, and when we do our breath work, we do our yoga, we do our qigong, we do our spiritual practices of meditation, of chanting, we sit in front of the altar, or we stare at the flame of a candle, or there are so many ways to ascend, to lift ourselves, like the rooster crows at the break of dawn. That's so funny. I'm a rooster in the Chinese zodiac here, and we got, it's all going on here today, man. Good God. Oh, I'm trying to frickin' focus on what I'm trying to say here. Shit. So, yeah. Let me read the mantra. I am a physical spirit being, right? We incarnate from the spirit realm. Our soul reincarnates, and we come into the body. We come into the ego, but we are spirit. We are soul, right? And both here now, which is ego and present in it's mindfulness, being present in the moment, and so much more, than ego, than just being here now. We also have past lives. We have rebirthing. We have hypnotism. We have, all kinds of, ways of going backward, and even then ways of going forward with visions and plant medicine and however you want to, meditation and just, opening the crown. So we're more than our ego, is what the mantra is saying. With intention, practice, and understanding. That has to do with Capricorn, doesn't it? And not only Capricorn, but right now, this week, Mercury square Saturn. We've got to set our intention. We've got to have the discipline. We've got to make the commitment to not just being a good son, a good father, a good boss, a good employee, a wealthy person, or, successful. But no, we have to make this commitment to our soul evolution and really make that of primary importance. And then everything else falls in line. Everything else falls in line when we really follow, our soul intention is like the captain of the ship. And we have to listen to the captain. And the ego is, just kind of like, the deckhands and the sailors on the ship. So our ego has to take its commands, from the great authority. The ultimate authority is Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Christ, Buddha, Mohammed, whoever your Allah, whatever name you want to give, that source of creation is totally up to you. But let me finish the mantra. I can open and pass through the door. Open the crown, pass through, get the instructions, get the inspiration, get the vision, see the bigger, higher, wider eagle's view, right? And then come back down to implement and let that ego implement that vision, manifest that vision through 2026. So yeah, I find it very interesting that, that this whole energy of the Sun, Venus, Mars conjunction in the middle of Capricorn on January 6th is the epiphany. And, with anthroposophy and of course the Christian tradition is the 12 holy nights. And each one of the 12 holy nights actually has to do with a month of the year. Christmas Day, January, the day after Christmas, February, the day after that, March, okay, and reviewing the last 12 months, okay, really contemplating. Saturn rules reflection. I got a little puppy dog. What are you doing? Look at my little friend. Oh, he's getting shy now. Anyway, yeah. These 12 holy nights are very powerful. There's my favorite word. But it is a time of serious reflection so that you make good decisions for the future. Falling off the hillside here. If this isn't the craziest Pele Report I've ever done. Good fucking God. Okay. So, this whole energy during this period is a time, like I say, we're meeting with relatives, we're meeting with friends, we're putting on this persona, we're and maybe coming up with New Year's resolutions, and we're putting our best face forward and our best foot forward in spite of maybe all the loss or all the sorrow and grief. There's just like so much cooking right now, and I'm going to get more into it next week. I'm going to get more into it on January 4th, okay, with the All About 2026, taking Saturn and Jupiter through each one of the 12 rising signs, so you can get a more personal take on all of this. So that's going to be, really something. And moving forward is really like time to pack your luggage, load the boat, make sure that everything is on board so that you can sail off into 2026. Okay, like really ready. So let me go with this one more time. I am a physical spirit being, both here now and so much more. With intention, practice, and understanding, I can open and pass through the door. All I can say is, don't lose yourself in your persona, in your Christmas, in your holiday, in your Hanukkah celebrations, with family and friends and da-da-da-da. That is not all of you. What you put out, the persona that you show others on Instagram, your smiles on Facebook, that's not all of you. It's a part of you. And you want to honor it and really be it. That is your Capricorn. That's your role in the world, and that's how other people see you. But you are also so much more than that. We are more than ego. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. So I want to wish you the very best and happy earthly experience during these holiday seasons when so many emotions crop up and arise. Yeah? So, namaste, aloha, so much joy. Oh, one more thing. My friend sent me this link, okay, for this song that I'm going to put down on the YouTube channel. I'll try to get it on Facebook and Instagram, but it's like a half-hour video of one of these singing things, the who's the best singer or whatever, and it's very long. You kind of have to cut through a whole portion of it to hear this fellow sing, and I don't want to give away the surprise, but it's very surprising. And if you want to, really address this idea of expressing yourself on two levels, check out this song. I don't know if it's on Spotify, but I know it's on YouTube. So yeah, I'll just leave you with that song, and I have another song, but I'm gonna save it for next week. All right, namaste, aloha, so much joy.